Alright guys, want to do a quick video. Last time I was watching Jeremy's channel, Sports Card Live. If you've never seen it, I don't know what you're doing watching my channel. I refer to myself of the fumes that come out of the back of the car that Jeremy is driving. But this is Jeremy Lee, Sports Card Live. He has not made the sticker body yet, so I can't collect the full set. So I'm trying though. Jeremy, I need the body. But no, in all seriousness, he had Brian Gray on. They were discussing Fanatics. Brian Gray, if you don't know, is the creator of Leaf, or owner of Leaf sports card products. So he has a dog in the fight. He has insight background. He's been through the trenches. He has a very good understanding of how the hobby works from that standpoint. Because majority of us, we all speculate on things unless we're in the know or get some other information. We don't know how everything truly works. I would love to see how it worked. I think that would be fantastic. I love cards. I love the idea of designing stuff, coming up with ideas to make new product, which everybody says is very difficult to do. And I don't doubt it's very difficult to do. But until you bring in new people, and it's just one of those things, like I have a bunch of ideas I've always written down. I've never shared with really anybody, named of product, design of product, different innovation that you can make that, still today nobody's even done, which I find amazing. And that just tells me that these people get stuck in a hole. People are very comfortable with their jobs, and the innovation doesn't happen because the new head in the space isn't there, or there's somebody not willing to change. But with Fanatics now owning all these licenses, do they buy these other companies? And the thing I learned a little bit, which makes sense too, and I've thought about it already, is all these companies are pissed off. All right, if I come up and punch you in the face, and then take your bicycle from you, and all your money, and then say, hey man, we're cool, let's just be friends, but I'm not giving your stuff back. No. At the end of the day, these companies may not sell unless they are so beaten down that they don't think they can do anything with it anymore, that they are stuck. Okay, they still have a few years in order to print the hell out of product, maybe get the best product they've ever had out there, make a heavy impact, try and bring that nostalgia into them a little more, that hardcore collector that's going to say, you know what, I want to stick with Panini, I want to stick with Topps no matter what. And Brian's thing is with the airbrush logos or Photoshop, whatever he may be doing, that he has an idea, thought that hey, the market may just switch straight over to that. And what he's been doing all along is now the new thing. And he's like, I told you so. That's very possible. But the thing he said that was most interesting was in 1994, Pacific made baseball cards using players in their actual gear. There was no airbrushing. So if you had back then a Don Mattingly baseball card, he was in the pinstripes. It said Yankees on it. Now maybe they didn't use the logo in the corner because he was saying that takes a different setup. But you're still able to put the player in the uniform and still make a card. And he said the reason more than likely people haven't done it is they already have licenses for other product, and they don't want to really slap the other licensing companies in the face, or brands, baseball, football, NFLPAs and stuff like that. And that makes sense too, because they're playing fair. They're playing ball a little bit there. When you look at Panini with baseball, for instance, with the no logos, they do pretty decent, but that product is kind of loaded also. So it feels like you get a little bit more out of that product when they don't have as much to offer with the logos. At least I do when I see stuff broken and all the color and the flashiness. But the thing is if you can use the logos and get away with it, what's going to stop any of these companies from doing it and just saying, go ahead and sue us? Sue us. We already have a case that shows that we can beat this. And what they did in 1994, Brian said, was they just gave Pacific the license. Here you go. Because if we lose the lawsuit, everybody then knows that it means absolutely nothing to buy the licensing, which might be the case. And if all these companies say, you know what, we're not going to bow to you, we're not going to sell to you, we're going to just use all the pictures we want of all the players and all their likeness, and we're going to use the loophole that's in place, and we're going to run with it, and there's going to be nothing you can do about it. Because if that happens, honestly, that hurts Fanatics. I think that's the only way they can hurt Fanatics, is by doing that. Now, unless there's a secondary plan or Fanatics makes some type of ridiculously awesome product that you just can't get away with. But honestly, starting from scratch, it's going to be really hard to figure out what their premium product's going to be. How nice is it going to be? What's the Fanatics logo going to look like? Because right now, even on a card, I don't want to see it. Like, they got to come up with something else, whether they rebrand their sports card identity to something else, and use the Fanatics information on the back of the card. I don't know. I can't imagine not a Topps baseball card, traditional at least. I don't want to see no logos. I don't care if you don't use the team logo in the corner of the card. Just still give me my player in their uniform without it looking weird. I just couldn't stand that, and I'm not going to buy that product if that's the case. I really don't care. I don't see the market conforming to it. The only thing that's going to push people to buy that stuff are rookies and new players that they don't have previous cards from, because at that point we're all going to go backwards. So keep that in mind. All these cards you're seeing right now, next few years, if anybody's really good or has a really big future, I think these cards are worth so much more money, it's going to be ridiculous. You think the jump that we've already seen is crazy? Wait till the next jump happens. Because all these kids that have these big cards already, they're going to be in this hobby already wheeling and dealing. That next level is going to take place, because they're going to start chasing that other card they didn't have, or that card they didn't think about, or now the card that they desire. And it might be because a player becomes something greater than what they are now. It's interesting. I think if they can get away with using the licensing, though, of the logos or the team logos on a jersey, because what Brian said is they use it, and it's considered fair use, and it's considered a work uniform, which both make sense. So why can't you use that image without airbrushing it? Because he's at work. I'm taking a picture of a guy at work and I'm selling a product based off of it. Okay, that's my deal. If you want to play the other game, I mean, it's just like celebrities. They get the pictures taken all the time. Those pictures get sold. They've already lost that battle. You know what I mean? That's why there's a TMZ out there. Those type of things exist. There's already a platform that kind of allows you to surpass something. He used Sports Illustrated using a player on the cover. They didn't ask to use that picture. They're using it because they're writing an article, and he called it a biographical news piece, basically. So you're allowed to use an image to depict that. Well, put an image on the front of the card, tell me a little story on the back of the card, and give me some stats. Wait a minute, they've already done that before. Just go back to that, instead of just telling me who made it and where it's from and the name of the player and a number. So yeah, they do a little bit more work. They got to make a real back to the card again for the most part. Nothing wrong with that. I like that idea personally. But, if you go back and watch Jeremy Lee's channel, it was yesterday, so it was Sunday. It was a special episode. And about that 1 hour and 8 minute mark is where he starts to really talk about that. I suggest watch the whole show. Gives you insight. I've actually watched the show twice. Again, you're getting information from a guy on the inside of sports cards, creating and selling and all the autographs and how things work. And we were talking also about sticker autographs and how easy it is because of how difficult it could be to make a player to get on-card stuff. And I understand that. But you got to make the sticker more appealing. Fine, give me a sticker. But don't make me feel like I have a sticker. I guess that's the way I'm trying to do it. Embed it into the card. Hold on. Whoa. I'm not giving you ideas, people. You can go figure it out yourself. I know what I want. Hobby has an idea what they want. We've seen things that already work. It doesn't always have to be a sticker. Those little chips that people sign in the past and they put in the card, just like they do game used stuff, do that. What's so difficult? Send a guy a bunch of jersey letters of himself to sign from a player worn jersey or player touched number. I don't know. Call it whatever you're going to call it. We know it's hard to get game used stuff, supposedly. Fanatics has a really easy time, so their cards might be fantastic from that standpoint, because when you get a card of a player that's a patch and it's possibly event worn, like some product doesn't even state that it's worn, whether he puts 19 of them on at one time or not, that is to me a slap in the face. It's just a rare card. I'd rather just see a numbered card, honestly, a numbered parallel come out, even if it's to 2,000, 5,000. Put a number on it. I don't care. Just give me something to depict something about the card other than pretty and fake jersey. Because when jersey cards were made, they were made to be game used, not to be replicated the way they are now. And I almost wish they would just draw back on jersey cards and product, period. It's not necessary. There's other things you can do with Flash, other designs you can do for scarcity and rarity. And I think those have more value than a fake jersey card at this point. Unless every jersey card is just a thick patch that's nice, and then we don't care again. But that's what you have to do, because nobody wants the paper napkin of any color of a jersey. It's boring. I get so upset when I see a really nice card numbered to 5 autographed of a top player, and it's just a plain base jersey. I mean, seriously, you made this rare elite product and you gave me garbage on the middle of it. Why would you do that? That's horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Please don't ever do that again, any of you. But I don't know. What do y'all think? It's going to be interesting. We got quite a few years to figure this out. Does somebody buy one of these other companies out that's not Fanatics and understands that you can do this with the logos? And we're just going to go ahead and do it, because guess what? The lawsuit will be cheaper than buying the license anyway. And if we win, we get to do what we want. So does everybody else. And then all you hurt is Fanatics at the end of the day. So I don't know what they're going to be able to do. Again, Fanatics has the PA involved, not the regular license right now. They usually go hand in hand, but they have NFLPA, not the NFL. So there's two sides to this. On licensing, there's a player association, and there's the actual company. So it's going to be very interesting what happens with that too. They do usually go hand in hand, but what happens if they don't sell them the license? Or they say everybody can buy it for this much money. If you want it, hey, it's $10 million a year. Come buy it. Give me some money. They may do that too. They can do whatever they want. It doesn't have to be exclusive. We don't want exclusivity. We want people to compete. I'm fine with change, because right now all these companies have to change. They got to start changing now. Because if they don't, they're just going to get destroyed. And it's going to be good for the hobby, honestly, I think, moving forward, long term, after Fanatics takes over, based on what's left. I don't know, because especially like a Topps or an Upper Deck, they've been around a really long time, and they're a staple. And there's so many different products each product company owns that we all want to see and we all enjoy. And they're going to force feed a lot of this everywhere. I think in the future you're going to see a lot of product in a lot of places. I don't think it's going to be difficult to get a lot of product. There will still be rare product and elite product, and it probably costs more than it does even now, unless they really print a lot of it and the market just starts to die off. But at the end of the day, I think the one thing that fuels the hobby more than anything are the breakers, because you can always make money breaking a product, even if it's not a great product. I've seen it. It works. People enjoy it. It's a form of gambling. That's the next thing that's going to probably drop too, is this stuff's going to start getting a gambling tax at some point, because it is completely gambling. Things are worth too much money now. The eyes are starting to really roll over here and go, say, how many million what for that what card? Where's my money? Uncle Sam's going, whoa, 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 whoa. Made my card mine. Give me my money. So, that's probably not what Uncle Sam sounds like, but I figured it's more like Colonel Sanders maybe, but I'm not going to try and do that impersonation. But, I don't know. What do you think? Is where are we going with this direction? What are you hoping for? Are you going to embrace Fanatics and grab it? I'm curious of what they're going to do. At this point, they're becoming Godzilla. They're becoming the big guy, at the top of the heap here. They're King Kong. They're beating their chest at this point, and they haven't even started making this stuff yet. So, I mean, if you're looking to go work for somebody, do you go work for Fanatics right now? Is that where you start to go to get ahead of the game, to get locked in to when this thing's full bore? They have the guy from StockX, ABC, one of those guys. They got some guy over there right now who's heading the thing. He's never ran a sports card company, but he's run a company that does stuff with sports cards. So StockX is what it is, I believe. And that's going to be very interesting. to see how they progress, because they're going to need to go out and get great players and great players, great employees that have a lot of background in this stuff, like Brian said. Because if not, they're going to start themselves out in a pretty rough 1, 2, 3 years of creating these products. And at the end of the day, we don't know what these other companies are going to look like. What are they going to do, and how are they going to function? That's really what I want to know, is what's going to end up with Topps, what's going to end up with Upper Deck, and what's going to end up with Panini. Do they stick with what they have left over and move along? Do they try to jump the shark and just say, we're going to use the logos anyway, who wants to join us? That may be the case too, where they just basically say, they form a super team in order to go, they form the Avengers to go try and take on Thanos. That's how I can pretty much take this thing and extrapolate it together right now to get an idea. But I'm just kind of rambling right here. I'm just going through some thoughts. It's a great video. Go watch it. Watch part of it. Whatever you want to do, go over there. Get some insight. Because the best thing about this hobby is there's so much out there and knowledge that we can learn and take from the people that are doing it, that's rare. You don't usually get these type of things. You're getting TED Talks all the time on sports cards. All right? All the time. From people that have insight, from people that run companies, from, places we all put our money. Go learn. Go write some notes down. Write some notes down. I mean, you hear something interesting, write it down. Because then you can figure out, is somebody else doing the same thing? Do what you gotta do, guys. All right, little rant, popping some content out there. We're getting close to 950 subscribers, and then of course 1,000 is the ultimate goal. Of course, majority of my product in the last year or two has been really sports card driven. I do love fishing. We've had a ton of red tide here in Tampa. Haven't really gone out to mess with much of it. It's super hot too. We're getting our peak. That July, August, I don't really even like to be outside during the day if I don't have to, because you just sweat and it's horrible. But I do want to do some more fishing videos and other things too. Again, I am a hobbyist at the end of the day, and I do like multiple different things. So hopefully you stick around for some of those videos once they come out and enjoy them too, and maybe learn something yourself and take something new. All right, guys, like, subscribe, and leave a comment, and I will see you later.